Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 12. What you wanted to do about it? Picking back up at the party, at Wanda's tasting. Guys, I cannot. I can't do no blow by blow with this situation at this party. I can't. It was too much back and forth and back and forth and back and forward. It was too much. So, here's the thing. Kiki is upset still 5 years later about Tisha running and telling Mel and Martell her personal business. Personal business is, again, like I said, she was dealing with bed bugs. It's embarrassing, but I guess it was something that was pertinent information, because if you come into my house, you might be bringing some bugs with you. I need to know. I want to know where it came from, you know. And so that's that. Mel, however, when it was repeated, I guess she added a little stank on it and made it seem like, you know, they were over there laughing at her, or it was a bigger issue than it was. When they just simply wanted to inform them what was going down before Kiki showed up with the bed bugs. So, you know, there's that. Tisha's whole thing is she is upset at Kiki falling for the trap. You know, Mel has used you as a pawn. She has put a bug in your ear, put a battery in your back, and you running with it without even taking into consideration that she could be lying, that she could be, you know, putting 20 on 10. And Kiki's whole thing is she don't feel like that. Tisha doesn't appreciate her getting in cahoots with Mel. You know, like, you done teamed up with somebody to destroy me and my marriage. Like, why? Tisha is realizing that her cousin may just not like her. You know, she says she's looking in her eyes. She just can see she don't like me. You know, and that hurts the most because, you know, of course, Tisha gets up crying. Kiki continues to carry on. She gonna tell the family that's sitting there what's going down and, you know, what the breakdown is. It's all a mess. Marceau jumps in. Then cousin says, no, Marceau, you need to stand down because you the reason they got this rift in the first place. Marceau chiming in again. Bernard tries to jump in and Marceau tells him to shut the fuck up. And Bernard shuts the fuck up. He was like, shut the fuck up, Bernard. Damn, Bernard. I'm going to shut the fuck up. But when you leave, I'm going to be talking again. Anyway, y'all, was a mess. The whole situation was a mess. Wanda, she steps in. Pot, meat, kettle. Stepping in there talking about, if y'all at my function, they don't be bringing that at my function. And Kiki done brought the mess. No, the mess was brewing before Kiki stepped in the room. And you won the talk. Again, pot, meat, kettle. Because you always rolling up to somebody's event, you know, on some bullshit. So, Wanda, please. You get what you get, okay? That's what you get. Because you always the one coming in, you know, bringing the mess. And now, look, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. It ain't no fun when it's you and your event, you know, that's been ruined. They get nowhere with this whole conversation. They get nowhere. We still don't know if Marceau cheated, because the minute that Kiki was about to drop some tea, I think Marceau knew it, and he had to, you know, create a diversion, you know, because now he getting all loud and indignant. Go ahead and say it, and now I'm blow all this down. Go ahead. It's like, so is it true or not? Because it's looking like she might have something. Because you just created a whole diversion so that she couldn't get it out. We see you, Marceau. We see you. Destiny has Kimmy over. You know, they have a little mimosa or sangria, whatever they was drinking. Some champagne with some fruit in it. But of course, Kimmy, you know, she wants to check in with Destiny. She hadn't seen her since the housewarming party. They talk about her conversation with Stormy. Destiny just don't understand where she went wrong. She's like, please explain to me what I said, where I went wrong. Kimmy's like, let's start with the sweetie. You don't think you can't see how somebody would feel like it was condescending, you know, whatever. She doesn't see it that way. She really feels like Sweetie is a Southern thing, and she's used Sweetie in conversation with her before, and she was never met with that, and so she just doesn't think that Stormy is emotionally mature. Because if I can't talk to you and have conversation with you without you always being on guard, what we doing? Kimmy can agree to that. She can agree that there's not there's like no measure of grace between them, and they're both ready, on, like I said, on guard, ready to clap back, as opposed to, just listening to the tone, feel the energy. If she's not on that, then why did you feel like she was trying to be condescending towards you? I personally don't feel like that. I know what they're saying, and I get how in a disagreement or a serious conversation, you throwing Sweetie in the mix. I get it. I get how it can come off condescending. And you also should be able to judge whether or not somebody's actually doing that or not. Because some people really do speak like that. Some people really do use Sweetie, and baby in their conversation when they're talking. And it's nothing, past. They're just using it like a term of endearment. It's not every case, and I guess with this situation, Stormy felt like you was being condescending. So that's just what it is. But Kimmy, I don't know. With every conversation she had this entire episode, it was about trying to mend fences with somebody, and it's like, well, who made you the mediator? Who made Kimmy the mediator of the bunch? Because, girl, enough. Destiny and Mel are not friends anymore. Destiny done said she's been dealing with the loss of a friendship, mourning the loss. Is it really a loss? It's a loss. It's a loss. Ain't our friends no more. It's not gonna be the same. Let's let it go. Let's stop trying to pull them back together. Can you guys get back to a place? Because I noticed that at the Galentine, you went in and checked on her. Does that speak to your relationship with her? Mel looking at her like, no, it speaks to my character. I'm just a good person. Like, I don't hate the woman. She acting like there's hate there. I just don't fool with her like that no more. She cool. I just don't fuck with her like that. That's all it is. That's all. That's it, and that's all, Kimmy. That's it, and that's all. Kimmy says she gonna get these people back, friends, because she worried about the whole dynamic, as a whole with everybody. Whatever, Kimmy. Tiffany and Lewis, they meet up. I guess they got to film this scene since Lewis wasn't trying to have the conversation when she got home. She feeling a way about that. Why you ain't ask me about my trip? You uninvited me from the trip, so I figured when you was ready to talk about the trip, you was gonna come talk about the trip. She ain't like that, but anyway, whatever. It's a reason to have some type of conversation on camera, I guess. She fills him in on the trip and how things went. She's a little leery, about digging deeper, looking some more, because a lot of people are not willing to be as open and honest about things because of the consequences, and though, back in the day, you looking into certain things, you might come up missing. So she don't want nobody getting hurt, but behind her, turning over all these rocks. So there's that. Like, that scene was so unnecessary. I don't even know. Martell meets up with Melnika to, discuss logistics about his trip. He's ready to go. She got everything lined up. The hose is lined up. They're gonna have the girls in the building. So hose on deck. Everything is lined up. He got his cutout, the cutout that you see when somebody is advertising something in the liquor store. Some celebrity or brand influencer. You know how it is when you walk in a beauty supply store and see Sweetie, the big old cutout of Sweetie standing there with her edge control, kind of like that, but in the liquor store. So that's in line. Everything's lined up and ready to go. They gonna go to Atlanta and have them a good time. Tisha and Marceau, they have coffee. How are things going? So, how you doing? How you feeling? Since being ambushed by my family. You know, Marceau he's used to it. He's used to it by now. But when it comes to this food truck, he ain't gonna be able to do it. He ain't gonna be able to do it. That food truck is dilapidated, ain't gonna run. It's got all type of issues. He's not really willing to throw the money away in that food truck. They're gonna have to come a little harder. Come with a business plan next time. Let's get a working, up-to-date truck, you know, so I won't be feeling like I'm wasting my money. Yeah, they got work to do before Marceau signs on the dotted line, or, you know, or should I say, cut the check. They talk about the situation with Kiki and all of that. Again, we're rehashing again. But I think Tisha's done. I think she can wash her hands with the situation and move on. It's clear her cousin don't really like her. Like I said, she can see that her cousin don't care for her like that, you know, and it breaks her heart. She's very hurt by it. You know, every time she think about it, she starts to tear up, but it is what it is. She's had to let go of people before, you know, to protect her peace. And this is no different than that. She does have a request from Marceau, though, you know, like, when I ask you questions about stuff, please give me direct responses and none of that bullshit that you've been giving me. Marceau says, I can do that, but don't ask me questions that I deem disrespectful. What kind of disrespectful questions do I ask you, Marceau? Marceau says, well, don't be asking me if I took wine over there to Melody's house. You know I ain't been around there. You know that. I guess she's like, I don't know where you been. I don't know where you been. Why would we bring that up out of all situations, out of all scenarios? You wanna bring this one back? Cause you went round there, you knew you shouldn't have been going to deliver anything personally to Melody. Put that shit in the mailbox. Oh wait, you can't ship liquors. Drop it off at her office. Give it to Martell to drop off. You know, any way that keeps it, you know, distant and respectful, you know, to your spouse. Anyway, she agrees that she won't ask him any more disrespectful questions, you know, and there's that. He talking about it you know, challenges his character, you know, it puts his character into question when she asks him stuff like that. He always got, again, riddles, more parables, more all of that. He always got to create some type of hypothetical situation to kind of drive his point home. We get it. We get it. Don't ask me if I'm cheating, because you should know I'm not cheating, basically. Tisha, ask all the questions you need, girl. Ask all the questions you need, whether he gonna feel like it's disrespectful or not. Ask his ass, because you deserve an answer. Kimmy, she meets with Mel. Again, Kimmy, girl. You in this Mel and Destiny situation. I'm tired. They don't want to be friends no more. They're not going to be friends no more. I need you to just let that go. I want you to just let that go. I feel like I jumped ahead. I think I jumped ahead at some point. Because now, and it's probably because Kimmy had this conversation more than once, as it related to Mel and Destiny. Anyway, we're gonna reiterate it again. She feel like Destiny and Mel can mend fences. She feels like they can be cool. They can be friends. I did jump ahead when I was telling y'all about Kimmy and Destiny's conversation. I kind of like merged the two. Sorry about that. But Mel is basically, you know, standing firm on the fact that ball ain't in my court. I ain't got no issues with Destiny. It's not that for me. You know, if there's an issue for anybody, it's probably with her. She's good. She's good where things are. She has no interest in linking up to, you know, men, anything. It's good. Just let it ride. You know, she's like, I can check in on her, and it not be more than that. You know, I don't hate her. We're good. We're cool. You know, it just is what it is. Because she want to bring up the fact that Destiny doesn't have a village and she needs a village and this, that, and the third. And that girl, like, I tried to be her village, but she likes to go through things alone, remember? Kimmy can't say nothing to that because, I mean, that's the truth. Destiny went through that whole divorce alone and off camera. And I feel like that's Melody's whole grievance with her, is that I exposed my entire divorce, marriage, all of that for the world to see, and then you get to skate by and not give us anything. She wasn't with it. Kimmy might as well let it go though, because that's just that. You might as well let that go, Kimmy, and worry about whatever you got going on. And maybe she don't have much happening, and this is why she has to be the mediator this season, because nothing's really happening in her life. She doesn't really, I'm sure she doesn't really want to dive into her marriage or anything like that. So being the mediator it is. I don't know. Anyway, is that what we in? My stomach growling. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it for their conversation. Anyway, the guys, they're headed to Atlanta. They're getting on the bus. Everybody's nervous though. Well, not nervous, but they kind of like what Martell got up his sleeve, because Martell's so excited. He's like, y'all can live vicariously through me. I'm the one that's single. I'm gonna have me a good time. Their wives have sent them off. Have a good time. Be respectful. Don't get into any adultery. Do the right thing, that sort of thing. But Martell got butt naked strippers on the way, women only on the way, because basically it ain't nothing but women on the guest list. Like I said, he done brought the hoes up in the place. Let me not call them ladies hoes. Those are probably respectable mothers, women, respectable grown women, mothers, I'm sure. So let me not call them people's hoes, but he got the women's in the building. The single women's are in the place. And they're going to be doing a whole lot of mixing and mingling next week, but it is what it is. Hopefully everybody will be on their best behavior. It's looking like Lou is going to be getting into some risque talk. And Martell alludes to them being, to he and Tiffany being swingers. I can see that, honestly. I honestly see that all over them. I don't know. But anyway, that's it for that. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.